So, welcome to another episode of the Academic Ally podcast. And today we're here with none other than the legend
Hello,
himself.
hello.
I'm Vera. This is
I'm Misa. Okay, so what made you want to study economics in uni?
So I think economics is one of those things where it combines many things into something that's very practical, I feel. For example, there is an element of math. There's an element of logic into how, for example, some decisions made by the government would affect other stakeholders. And there's everything is grounded in real life. So it's not like very theoretical unless you want it to be. And I really enjoy that because it's something practical and something which can be pretty useful in the real world if you understand it well. So things like policy, things like how businesses price their products. Yeah, I think it's quite interesting and it is a good fit for me and fits with aligns with what I want to do in the future as well.
Mm.
Oh, was there a specific moment or experience that spiked your interest?
Um, I think honestly the classes in IB, were very interesting. I mean, having like table discussions, especially in Mr. Chan's IB class. I was in his HL Econ class, and it was just very fun to have those discussions of, um, for example, when we were discussing the 8 mark question, we would have these um, conversations in class where everyone's involved and you can put out your opinion, you can receive criticism from someone else, and it was just very engaging. And so that's why econ was my favorite class in IB as well, which is
Mm.
why I've um, thought of pursuing it further in uni.
Mr. Chan talks about you so much during
Does he? I'm
Yeah.
yeah.
glad to hear that.
I think there
Yeah.
was once at the start of the year when I just joined the school. He was like, all of you need to get this textbook. All my sevens, you guys know He had a physical textbook. You guys need to get it just for the online stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And as we know, you're currently going to go for Cambridge after your NS ends. So when applying
Uh-huh.
for UK Unis, I think it's a well-known fact that you can either choose like Oxford or Cambridge, right? What made
hmm
you want to choose like Cambridge econs over Oxford?
Okay. So yeah, Oxford and Cambridge. So the course that Oxford offers isn't econ. So they don't offer just econ course. They offer either PPE, so philosophy, politics, and economics, or something ENM, so econ and management. So there was no pure econs course, and I'm not really inclined towards the philosophy, politics, and management side of things because I feel it's a bit too qualitative. And as someone who excels in math, I preferred a more uh, course which is grounded more in math and analytical skills more than um, essays and stuff, you know? So Cambridge had a pure econ course which aligned with what I like and which is why I chose it. And actually, one more thing is that the entrance test for Cambridge is the TMUA, which is very math heavy, whereas the entrance test for Oxford is the TSA, which is a lot more qualitative, and there's like passages, and then you have to use logical reasoning to find the answers. And as someone who knows that I'm stronger in math, it just made more sense for me to take the TMUA because I knew I would score better there, and I knew that it would give me a better chance of getting admitted.
Mm. I see. But what careers are you interested in pursuing after like your economics degree?
So I don't think anything is set in stone just yet. I mean, I do have a couple years of NS and 3 years of uni to figure it out. But some careers I've set my eyes on are definitely in the world of banking, where you have yeah, you help with um, large corporations, mergers, acquisitions, and financing big investments, things like that. So, yeah, I think it's interesting because it's like you get to meet with these very high up people, high flyers, and you get to see how their mind works, what their decision making is like. And so I'd love to get in that field to see how things play out
Wow.
in like such large corporations and their decision makings.
Yeah.
So finance bro future.
Not necessarily, we'll see.
Mm.
Yeah. So to switch it up a bit, NS is a mandatory part of every Singaporean guy's life. How would you say your experience was in NS so far?
Well, yeah, so it's been good. I enlisted in February this year, and I've I just yesterday I completed my basic military training, which is like one of the milestones in every NS guy's journey. And I must say, I think when I enlisted, I was like in deep sorrow. I could not handle it, especially because everything is very regimented. Everything you have to be disciplined, follow timings and stuff. But over weeks, months, you get used to it, and especially because you're living with some other guys in your bunk, you get to like build a very good relationship with them and joke about things. And yeah, it's just like the people I'd say is what the people are what get you through your days, weeks, and months in NS. Even if like the stuff you have to do is very challenging, just having friends beside you, having brothers beside you, is what keeps me through.
Yeah. To follow up on that though, do you think that NS gave you a different perspective going into uni now?
Um, could you clarify what do you mean by a different perspective?
Just like how you see studying now, like the difference between all this and now knowing that you're gonna have to lock in again and study.
Like any like values or like interesting
Yeah.
insights you learn, like maybe the discipline part of it.
Yeah.
Mm, I think it's made me realize that the grass is truly greener on the other side, for
Mm.
one, because yeah, when you're in IB, you're like, oh my gosh, I want this to end. I want to get on with basically anything else. But then you join the army and you're like, oh my gosh, I miss studying. I miss going to cafes. I miss locking in over there. So it's just like made me a lot more accepting of whatever phase of life I am right now, because yeah, I will be doing this for the next 2 years, but then I'm gonna go to uni, so I might as well just appreciate these next 2 years, because I know for a fact now that when I'm in uni, I'm going to reminisce on these past 2 years and uh cherish like the memories and bonds that were forged during this time.
Mhm. And I remember before this interview, I think we were like changing emails together with Miss Janita, right? And she mentioned that you
Mhm.
have quite a lot of like study tips or like tips for like maintaining motivation. Would you like to share it with our audience?
Uh, okay, so for me personally, my uh parents made a deal with me that they would allow me to study overseas only if I got into a very good university.
Hmm.
So, and
Yeah, same.
I wanted to go overseas because I've lived in Singapore my entire life. I wanted some new experience. Um, and so I think that was part of it. Like I could just visualize going to a good uni, going overseas, having those different experiences. And then it's like all these 6 years, I don't want it to go uh to to be like, I don't want to say waste, but like uh just not bear any fruit, you know?
Hmm.
So I think just looking forward, having the end goal in mind always, is what has kept me going because yeah, I think once again, whatever you're going through, it's temporary. So um, just keep pushing every day, and it will pass. It will definitely pass. And yeah, I think one more thing is that I know you interviewed David
Yeah.
recently, right? So I've I don't know how many times I've gone out to study with him, and not just with him, but with other people as well. So just having them as my support system at times, like, was really helpful because they're going through the same thing as you. I'm sure you can relate with some of your
Mhm.
friends, right?
Yeah.
So just having them by your side, doing the same thing as you, at the same time as you, at the same place as you, just makes everything a lot more um
Bearable.
bearable. Yeah, exactly. A lot more bearable because yeah, you just know that you're not alone in this
Mm.
process.
I see, I see.
Oh, if you could go back to IB though, would there be anything you'd do differently?
What would I do differently? I think I would manage my time a little bit better because I'm the type of person to, if there's 7 days given for a task, for example, I will spend all 7 days doing the task. It's not like I start late or anything. I start early, but I also end very late because I leave even like those minor details and stuff for the last moment. And when that happens, there's just something which is on your mind all the time, right? And it's just an additional stress, which is quite unnecessary if you ask me.
Mhm.
So if I were to go back, I would make sure that I not only start early, but end early as well to just get things completely out of the way, you know?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think there's a saying that work expands to like the time that you're given to do it. And
exactly.
honestly, I really
Exactly.
relate to like completely
Yeah,
utilizing all the time I have to do something. And I think one other
exactly.
thing that happens over like a really long period is like application processes. So how was your application process like for like UK Unis? I don't know what they call it. Was it UCAS?
Yeah, UCAS.
Yeah.
So for UK unis, relative to the US, it's a lot more straightforward. Um, the only big thing you have to do is your personal statement, right? So I think I just wanted to share in my personal statement my motivation for why I wanted to study econs and how um I have demonstrated my passion for econs previously, and finally how I hope build in uni to show that I'll be like a good learner, you know?
Hmm.
So I did like some brainstorming, maybe 1, 2 days, and writing as well just took a couple of days, the first draft. Then I went to a few people. Um, I went to my parents, I went to Miss Janita, I went to, I think, one of my teachers as well. So to I think Mr. Chan, yeah, Mr. Chan, and asked for feedback, and based on that, just took a couple of weeks to improve on it. So I don't think it's anything great, but it's just having that systematic process
Hmm.
for how you want to complete your personal statement and making sure that you have adequate time to do so. So obviously, if you start like a couple of days before the deadline, the Oxbridge deadline, which is usually, I think, in the study leave for IB exams, it might get really, really stressful.
Hmm.
But if you have time beforehand when you're in school, because during study leave you're not in school, right? So if you have time in school when you can approach people for feedback and stuff, if you plan your time that way, it's a lot more uh achievable and it's quite doable actually, the personal statement.
I see. Mm, you mentioned just now that you, in your personal statement, you demonstrated like a whole list, not really a whole list, but you demonstrated how you had your passion for econs throughout the years, right? Was that through
Mm-hmm.
like extracurriculars or like reading econs books? How was that like?
So yeah, it's a mix of things. For yeah, I had an so okay, let's talk about extracurriculars first. So I talked about this one internship I had, which was at a social enterprise, which operates like a sort of food court here in Singapore.
Mhm.
So I had helped them with marketing, and I had changed their menu designs a little bit, which comes under the uh, thing called nudge theory. I don't know if you've learned it yet or
Oh,
not.
yeah,
Yeah,
Mr.
nudge
Control,
theory.
yeah.
So it's basically just nudging consumers to make a decision. And it was interesting how me changing the menu could actually result in, I think it was a 10 or 15%
Ooh.
increase in sales for those particular items. So
Mhm.
it's just seeing stuff happen in real life, which I talked about in my personal statement as well. Then I talked about stuff that you do in school as well. So I talked about the one of my econs IAs. So there was one IA, I think, where uh, I talked about India's um, government making a certain decision in retaliation of tariffs from China.
Mhm.
But I talked about how um, I didn't agree with India's decision, even though it was the government's decision, and talked about how they could have done something else which may have been more um, helpful to their economy as a whole. So it's just things like this, I think critical thinking that you demonstrate not just in class but outside as well,
Mhm.
which is a way of demonstrating your passion for the subject.
Ah, I see.
Oh,
Misha,
Yeah.
any more questions?
yes. I'm really curious. Did you do anything special to prep for the entrance test or interviews you had?
So entrance test, I honestly I just did past papers, nothing else. There's not much resources for the TMUA online like content wise because it's all supposed to be within the A level or IB syllabus, but it's just like a very unique application of what you've learned. So they ask you like very funny slash unique kind of questions, and you need to learn to um, tackle those type of problems. So I think I figured that the best way to do so was just um, keep practicing those papers. And yeah, eventually it does get a bit more um like you get a bit more used to it, I'd say, as you go along.
Mhm.
So yeah, and as for the interview, um I think it was just number one, keeping up to date with economic affairs. So just knowing what was going on, especially because especially if they asked about the British economy, which they
Mhm.
did, and I was able to answer upon. And also, uh, I think just preparing those answers for standard questions like why you want to study econ, why Cambridge, and stuff like that. So I think the interview, I'll be honest, I was relatively underprepared, but managed to pull through.
Mhm.
Um, I think because part of it is a math section, and I was able to solve the math section quite well.
Um, I see, I see. Now,
Yeah,
before we end, I have one last question. And so it's my first year taking econs. I've never ever taken it in
sure,
like secondary school and such. So
sure.
for people like me taking it for the first time, or people who are like generally weak at econs, are there any tips or like suggestions you would give for us to improve?
Um, yeah, so I I'll talk from the IB standpoint.
Mhm.
So I think one thing really helpful is to know every single diagram by heart. And by heart meaning you need to know why every single point, let's say Q1 moves to Q2, why P1 moves to P2, and know how external changes can have an impact on those diagrams. So, so I think that was one of the things I did. I was very strong in my diagrams, so I could always find a suitable and relevant diagram to use to explain a particular scenario, which I think helped me quite a lot during my exams. I don't know if you know, but there's this one document which is like just diagrams. It's like an official IB document, and it
Oh,
was just diagrams. And it's really, really, really good.
oh,
Have
all
you
right.
do you
I'll
have
send it
access
up.
to it? If not, I
Can
can send it over
Oh,
later.
that would be
But
great. Thank you.
yeah, it's something which I use like quite a lot.
Okay, okay.
Um, yeah,
Mm,
and I think it's just yeah, I think having those diagrams and also just making logical connections between things. Once you realize that, oh, um, let's say, oh my God, I can't think of a good example, but uh, once you realize that logically, because something happened, something else happens.
Cause and
I
effect.
hope this makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Because when you realize that it's just a lot more intuitive, because
Mm,
it's not about memorizing. A lot of things in econs isn't really memorizing because if you have that intuition, if you have that logical framework already well developed, it's very easy to um, make answers or think of answers during the test because you're not trying to recall from your memory, you're just trying to use logic to figure out
um,
what the next step is or what happens next, basically.
uh, I see. Um, that's all the questions we have for today. Thank you so much for your time and answering our questions about like econ, school, and NS so patiently. And
No worries. I hope it helps.
yeah,
No, yes, best of luck with the rest of your studies. I hope I'll be able to join you in Cambridge.
yeah,
Oh,
me too.
I'll see you there. I
Yes.
think actually if you join, I'll be
Mhm.
doing my first year at the same time as you. So
Oh, right. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
that's
So
That's true.
we'll see.
exciting. We'll see you there. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I wish both of you the best of luck.
hmm
I'll send you guys the diagrams document. Um, hopefully it helps you.
All
That
right.
would be so
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No worries, no worries.
Thank you.